Hey guys, Gathering Magic back again, and it's Sunday, so you know what that means. It's time for the Market Watch. Today is June 15th, 2025, and this is episode number 30 of the Splinterlands Land Market Watch. So we're going to look at everything relating to land. We're going to look at plots, totems, time crystals, cheapest plots of each type. And I think for the first time ever, there is actually a type of land where it is completely sold out. There are none available on the marketplace. So we'll get to that in this episode. So that is a first since I've started doing the Market Watch. Okay, so let's start with how many plots are actually for sale. And this is coming from Peak Monsters. So 2 weeks ago, we had 2,693 different plots listed for sale. Currently, we have 2,613, so small change, not a whole lot of difference. As far as land plots go, unclaimed plots, so if you wanted to buy one from the in-game marketplace, currently is the cheapest one is going for $64.50. There's a total of 14 different plots available at that price. Last time, $65 was the cheapest, and there were two available. Over on Hive, the cheapest plot for sale is $66.52, and there's only one at that price. 2 weeks ago, it was a little over $70. So plot prices continue to slowly rise. I mean, you guys can remember a few months ago when you could get unclaimed plots for 30 to 40 bucks, and now they're trending in the 60s. But a lot of the plot prices haven't moved up closer to this. So don't know if it's better to roll the dice and try to grab a good plot for 60 bucks, hope you get lucky, or for that price, go ahead and just buy 4 or 5 common plots. So that decision is up to you, but just wanted to point out that these prices are slowly increasing as we are getting fewer and fewer unclaimed plots available. Okay, land tracks. Tracks and regions, you guys know, really not a whole lot of, if any, movement in this. Once again, there are 2 tracks available in-game on the marketplace. Cheapest is 11,750, and then that one region available for sale for just under 89,000. Time crystals, since that big spike that we had several months ago when they went from 3 cents to 7, they pretty much stayed right around 7 cents a piece, anywhere from 6.5 to 7 cents. Last time you were looking at about 68.5 DEC per time crystal. Currently you're looking at just over 70 DEC for each time crystal. Totem fragments and totems. They have come down a little bit in price over the last 2 weeks. About a month ago we had a big spike. Now they're starting to settle back down. You can see 2 weeks ago a totem fragment for a common was about $1.59. Now currently it's $1.39. So across the board, all the different rarities, we've seen some decline in prices, which is good if you're looking to buy. 2 weeks ago, rares were going for $7.25 each. Currently, you're looking at $6.50. Epic totem fragments were $44.90. Currently, they're $35. And then legendary fragments, these you only need 4 of. $265 2 weeks ago, and then currently they are down to $230. For complete totems, 2 weeks ago, a common totem would have run you $15.99. Currently, you can pick them up under $14, sitting at $13.50. Rares, here's the big drop. 2 weeks ago, $108 was the cheapest complete rare totem. Currently, there are totems available as cheap as $42. Epics and legendaries are the same from 2 weeks ago, so no change there. $249 for an epic totem and $1,000 for a legendary. For your totem claims, you can see here totems, the common stayed the same at $16.99. Rares came down slightly from $73.50 down to $70. Epics came down from $375 to $350. And the big move down, actually, that is a very good discount for the legendary totems, going from over $1,700 a piece to just over $1,100. Okay, land barons. So if you wanted to get the cheapest 50 plots in the game over on Peak Monsters, how much would it cost you? 2 weeks ago, it would have cost $817.47. Currently, it is $800.47. So just a slight decline in price. So you're looking at right around $16 a plot. And then your cheapest natural plot. So if you wanted to get the cheapest grain plot in the game and you didn't care about region, currently the cheapest one in game is $24. 2 weeks ago it was $26. The cheapest wood plot, there's only one available. It's at the time of recording for 14. 2 weeks ago it was 15. Stone, basically unchanged, was $20. There's one in there for $19.99. And then ore, there's also a couple ore plots as cheap as $15. Okay, so now we're going to look at the cheapest 5 land plots per rarity. So we're going to start with your natural plots. So 2 weeks ago, for your common natural plots, you're looking at anywhere from $15 to $17 for the cheapest 5. Currently, you can see here, the cheapest are basically the same, $14 to $16.90. So your cheapest plot is a tundra in region 141, and that's the one going for $14. And then after that, they're $15 and above. So $15 in regions 9, 13, 23, 69, 94, 135, and 140. So those are all for your common natural. $16, there are 12 swamps in region 62. And then region 108, there are 5 plots available for $16.90 each. Okay, moving up to your rare natural plots. So these will give you the 10% bonus. Last time, basically 26 to 30 bucks. Currently, the cheapest, there is a plot, a forest, in region 39 for $24. After that, it jumps to $25.99 in region 115, and he has 6 canyons. Region 115 also has a plot available, a desert, for $27. And also in 115, there are 8 plots for $27.48. You'll see these are all stone, so these are all canyons and deserts. So if you're looking to pick up stone plots, rares, so they got that 10% bonus, definitely check out region 115. And then finally region 23 over in Gankland, he has 2 plots, rares, available for $29 a piece, a swamp and a tundra. All right, moving on to your epics. 2 weeks ago, you're looking at basically 125 to 174 for your cheapest epic natural plots. Currently, there are a couple available for $115. Tundras in region 140 and 141. Next, for $123, you can pick up a jungle in region 62. 2 plots available in region 39, a badlands and a mountain for $125. And then after that, for $150, you can either get a hills in region 7 or a bog in region 135. And then your legendary natural plots, 2 weeks ago, 825 to 4,000. I believe those were the only ones available. Currently, there is a plot available, a tundra in region 60 for $570. Then you have a jungle in region 135 for $575. After that, it jumps all the way to $825 in region 60 for a tundra. Region 39 has a badlands for $850. And then finally a swamp in region 133 for $950. Okay, let's move on to the common magical plots. So $37 to $49 2 weeks ago. Currently now you can see $37 to $40. So $37, the regions that plots are available are region 7, region 81, there's one of each there. Also region 39 has a nice variety of plots still. They have 11 total plots for $37 a piece. Region 141 has earth tundra for $37. Region 85 has 27 plots still remaining for $38 a piece, and these are all different types of magic and land types. So if you're trying to consolidate all into one region, definitely check out region 85. Next, in region 60, there is a water magical plot available, a tundra for $39. And then finally, your $40 plots will be found in region 7 and region 44. And region 7 has 3 water, a life, and a death plot available. Okay, moving on to rares. So your rare magical plots, $70 to $89 2 weeks ago, basically the same range here. There's a $69 plot in region 143 for death magic, $70 plot in region 115, once again the death magic. Region 39 for $80 has 2 death magical plots available, 2 badlands. Region 44 has a fire plot for $85, and Region 71 has a death magic for $89. Okay, let's move to the epics. So your epic plots for Magical 2 weeks ago, 270 to 360. You can see the same range here. I think there's really no movement at all. I think these are the exact same plots that there were 2 weeks ago. So Region 39 has a death and fire plot available for 270. Region 102 has an earth plot for 275. Region 117 has life magic for 288. Region 9 has a death plot for 350. And then finally, Region 28 has an earth plot for 360. Okay, so for your legendary magical plots, I think this is the first time ever I've seen none available. So last time there was a couple magical plots available in Region 85. Those either sold or were taken down, and there are none available. So if you're looking for a legendary magical plot, check back soon, because at some point I think someone's going to list one, since there's none available and they can basically set the price. So just be advised, the first one that comes on might be much higher than normal. So if you see one for 1,000 plus, maybe just wait a little bit to see if some more get listed. But currently there are none available for sale. Okay, moving on to your occupied plots. So $69 to $79 2 weeks ago. Now you're looking at the cheapest plot is in Region 143, $77.77 for a swamp. Next, in Region 94, there's a hills for $79. Region 125 has a canyon for $79.99. Region 13 also has a canyon for $84. And then Region 85 has 8 plots available for $88 a piece. Okay, let's move on to the rares. So you can see here, these were the only 5 rare occupied plots on the marketplace. That's why there's just such a wide variety of prices. Your cheapest is $111.69 in Region 134. Then the price almost triples to $299 in Region 132. After that, in Region 136, the price goes up to $340. Region 42 is a plot for $999. And then finally, in Region 44, there is a desert for $5,000. So these are the only ones available on the market. Okay, moving on to the epics. So your epics, last time $700 to $1,250. You can see no movement from 2 weeks ago. So you still have the $700 plot in Region 91, $1,100 plot in Region 5, and the $1,250 plot in Region 26. And the epic plot, just to kind of go over this again, the cheapest one is a lake. So this one also, besides being used for essences when that part of the game goes live, you can currently, of course, use that to produce grain. And then your legendary occupied plots, $16.95 to $3,900 2 weeks ago. There's only 2 available for sale. Region 80 has a bog for $19.95, and then Region 29 has a forest for $3,900. Okay, keeps. Seems like not that long ago there were keeps available for, what was it, $650, $700, $800. So those days are gone, at least for now. So now you're looking at almost $1,400 as your cheapest keep. So in Regions 44 and Region 50, they each have a keep available for $1,375. Region 39 has a keep for $1,400. Region 44 has one for $1,475. Region 85 has 2 keeps for $1,500 apiece, and then Region 117 has a keep for $1,900. And then finally for castles, so the same castles as 2 weeks ago, Region 65 and Region 133. So the one in Region 65, he lowered his price slightly from $6,999 down to $6,660. And then your other castle that's available is in Ravenwood for $8,450. Okay, so let's wrap this up with the trade swap. So if you wanted to trade 1 DEC for each resource, how much of each resource would you get? So for grain, 2 weeks ago, a DEC would have got you 102.2 grain. Currently, it will get you just under 101 grain. For iron, 2 weeks ago, 1 DEC would have got you 2.78 iron. Now it'll get you 3.37. One DEC would have got you just over 5.5 stone 2 weeks ago. Now it'll get you almost 7, 6.9 stone. And then finally wood. 2 weeks ago you would have gotten 28.3 wood per DEC. Currently you'll get 34.8. And that is it. So that is everything for the Land Market Watch for June 15th, 2025. The last thing I want to say about land is there was a very good interview done. I just watched it today. It was from the Splinterlands 101 crew. They interviewed Azrakhan, and he went in depth on a very useful site, and I will put a link in the description where you can go through all the different numbers for land, how much you are actually either earning or losing on your plots. You can look up anyone in the game, so you can check, anybody's plots. You can check their production, how many plots they have up and running, their production points, all that stuff. It was just a fantastic interview. Anyone that has any plots or you're playing the land game at all, that's definitely a must watch. And like I said, I will leave a link to the description. So definitely go support the Splinterlands 101 crew. Subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely check that video out. But that's all I have in this episode, so hope you guys are doing well. Happy Father's Day to all your fathers out there. And as always, stay the course, keep on forging, and have fun. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care.